There's something strange that happens right before a breakthrough, not after, right before. It feels like you're standing at the edge of a doorway. You can sense the shift in the air as if life itself is holding its breath. You've done the meditations, the visualizations, the scripting, and the affirmations. You've aligned your energy, raised your vibration, and yet nothing moves. The air grows heavy, time stretches, and you begin to wonder, did I miss something? Wasn't this supposed to work by now? The silence in that moment is not failure, it's not resistance, it's not the universe testing your patience, it's a signal. But one that most teachings have trained you to misread, because right there, in the very moment you feel closest to your new reality, you're unknowingly activating the exact mechanism that pushes it further away. This hidden mechanism is not mystical resistance. It's not a punishment for doing it wrong. It is in fact built into the way most people have been taught to manifest. And here's the unsettling truth: your manifestation practice, the very thing you rely on to bring you closer to your dreams, might actually be the engine keeping them out of reach. Not because you lack power, not because you don't believe enough, but because you are operating under a misconception so deeply woven into manifestation culture that it has become invisible. You think you are calling your future to you, but at the quantum level you may be locking it in place, never to collapse into your reality. The misconception looks harmless. It even sounds empowering. You've heard it countless times in books, workshops, and spiritual circles. It's the phrase repeated like gospel. You must attract your desire. It seems obvious, logical, even motivating. But the quantum field does not work by attraction. It works by collapse. And when you live by the belief that you are attracting, you are unconsciously affirming that what you want is not yet yours. You are broadcasting separation. You are declaring to the field it exists somewhere else, not here. And the field, perfectly obedient, reflects exactly that signal back to you. Not tomorrow, not someday, now.
You must understand that your external world operates precisely like Martha's mirrors. The reality you experience reflects with exact precision the state of your inner being. When your consciousness remains clouded by doubt, fear, or unresolved pain, these distortions manifest as obstacles in your physical experience. Yet when you polish the mirror of your mind through inner healing, your outer world naturally transforms to reflect this newfound clarity. In another time, there lived a painter named George, whose portraits captured more than mere physical appearance. As his brush moved across canvas, something extraordinary occurred. His paintings revealed the inner light or shadow dwelling with each subject's soul. Those who approached his easel with hearts full of joy found their portraits radiating an inexplicable luminescence, while those harboring hidden pains saw their true inner state revealed in subtle shadows and muted tones. Through these sacred tales, you glimpse the eternal truth that manifestation operates as a perfect reflection system, just as Martha's mirrors could only reflect what stood before them, and George's paintings revealed inner truth. Your external reality serves as a precise mirror of your internal landscape. Every circumstance you encounter reflects some aspect of your inner world, seeking acknowledgement and healing. Sacred practice: position yourself before a mirror in a quiet space where you won't be disturbed, creating a sacred moment between you and your reflected truth. For 7 minutes each day, gaze steadily into your own eyes while speaking your desired manifestation as if it already exists in your present reality. Watch carefully for any flicker of doubt crossing your expression, any tension arising in your face, any subtle shift in your energy. These reactions reveal the inner blocks requiring healing. Before your manifestation can fully materialize, let the mirror become your teacher, showing exactly where inner work is needed to align your consciousness with your desires. Notice how your eyes respond to certain words, how your shoulders might tense or relax, how your breath changes as you speak your truth. Each micro movement tells a story of your deepest beliefs, illuminating the path toward perfect alignment between your inner and outer worlds. In time, you will witness your reflection transform as your consciousness elevates to match the reality you seek to create. Chapter 20. The Architect's Mind. In the heart of an ancient city, there lived an architect named Albert, whose reputation grew not from the grandeur of his designs, but from a mysterious phenomenon that followed his work. Each building he created somehow manifested more magnificently than its original blueprint suggested. The secret lay not in his technical skill, but in his ability to infuse his drawings with such vivid emotional detail that the universe itself seemed compelled to expand upon his vision. You possess this same creative power within your own consciousness. The imagination serves as your divine drafting table, where thoughts crystallize into energetic blueprints that the universe follows with precise detail. When you engage your imaginative faculty with emotional intensity, you activate the same universal forces that transform architectural drawings into towering edifices of stone and steel. In a distant village, Agnes, seamstress of remarkable talent, discovered that garments she first crafted in her mind's eye required no alterations when brought into physical form, yet those she approached merely technically without emotional investment never quite matched their intended design. Through this experience, she learned that feeling the reality of her creations in advance ensured their perfect manifestation. These tales illuminate fundamental truth about the nature of creation itself. Just as Albert's emotionally charged blueprints yielded enhanced results, and Agnes felt visualizations produced perfect garments, your imagination serves as the cosmic construction site, where all manifestations take their initial form. The key lies not in mere mental pictures, but in the depth of feeling and sensory detail with which you imbue your visualizations. Sacred practice. Find a quiet space where you will remain undisturbed for 10 minutes, a sacred sanctuary where your creative power can flow freely. Choose one desired manifestation, something you wish to call into being, and close your eyes. Begin to construct this reality in your mind with exquisite detail, as though painting upon the canvas of infinite possibility. Feel the texture of objects associated with your desire, letting your fingertips explore every surface and contour. Hear the sounds that would accompany its fulfillment, from the subtlest whisper to the boldest declaration. Smell the aromas that would be present, allowing each fragrance to transport you deeper into this reality. Taste any flavors connected to this experience, savoring them as though they were already manifest. See every color and shape with crystal clarity until the vision becomes as real as the world around you. Most importantly, allow yourself to feel the emotions of already having received this manifestation, the joy that wells up from within, the deep gratitude that fills your heart, and the profound satisfaction of its completion. Let these feelings saturate every cell of your being, for they are the bridge between thought and form. This practice builds the energetic template from which physical reality will take its form, creating an unshakable blueprint in the universal consciousness. Part 3. The Masters Keys. Living as the Cosmic Creator. Chapter 21. The Resistance. Release. Along the winding river that cut through ancient hills, there lived a riverboat captain named James, whose vessels carried precious cargo between distant ports. Through years of navigation, he made a curious discovery, one that would reveal a hidden truth about the nature of manifestation itself. When his boat struggled against the current, his first instinct was always to increase engine power. yet he noticed that clearing fallen logs and debris from the waterway allowed his vessels to glide effortlessly, reaching their destination far sooner than brute force ever achieved. You too may have noticed this pattern in your own manifestation journey. Like many, you might believe that manifesting desires requires more effort, more focus, more spiritual practice, yet the universe operates on precisely the opposite principle. Your desires naturally flow toward you when you simply remove the obstacles blocking their path. In a valley blessed with fertile soil, a gardener named Prudence tended her crops with diligence. Season after season, she observed that her neighbors poured more fertilizer onto their fields, trying to force greater yields. Yet Prudence discovered a simpler truth. By carefully removing weeds that competed for nutrients, her harvests flourished beyond measure. The plants required no extra nourishment. They simply needed space to grow according to their nature. These ancient tales illuminate the true mechanics of manifestation. Just as James learned that clear waterways served better than powerful engines, and Prudence discovered that removal of obstacles trumped forceful cultivation, your manifestations flow most freely when you release what blocks them. See how your creation becomes a beacon of light, illuminating the way for countless others who will follow. Feel the profound responsibility and joy of knowing that what you manifest today creates ripples of transformation throughout the ages. Hold this expanded vision as you proceed with manifestation, knowing your creation serves not only your present journey, but the eternal unfolding of universal consciousness. Trust that the divine force flowing through you knows exactly how to shape your offering into a timeless gift for all of humanity. Chapter 28, The Sacred Service. In the bustling heart of an ancient city, Robert maintained the intricate network of public timepieces that governed daily life. Each morning, he would make his rounds, adjusting the mechanisms that kept the city's rhythm flowing smoothly, yet something peculiar began to unfold as he worked. Whenever his heart filled with genuine desire to serve the community, the timepieces would mysteriously synchronize themselves, their hands moving in perfect harmony without his technical intervention. On days when his mind drifted to thoughts of recognition or reward, the clocks remained stubbornly misaligned despite his most skilled efforts. Through this sacred wisdom, you begin to understand that manifestation reaches its fullest power when aligned with service to the greater good. Universe responds most powerfully to intentions that extend beyond personal gain, multiplying your manifestation abilities when they resonate with collective evolution. This is not merely about altruism, it reveals the fundamental nature of universal energy as inherently connected and collaborative. In the depths of a drought-stricken valley, Agnes walked the parched earth with her divining rods, seeking life-giving water beneath the surface. For years, she had used her gift to locate wells for wealthy landowners, earning substantial fees but finding only modest springs. Everything changed when she began offering her services freely to struggling villages. Suddenly, her rods would pull with unprecedented force, leading her to abundant underground rivers that could sustain entire communities. The more she aligned her gift with service, the stronger her connection to the earth's hidden waters became. These parallel narratives illuminate an essential truth: your manifestation power magnifies exponentially when directed toward collective benefit. Just as Robert's clocks aligned perfectly when his heart opened to service, and Agnes discovered greater springs when seeking to nourish communities, your own manifestation abilities will expand dramatically when focused on uplifting others alongside yourself. Sacred practice. Take 3 personal desires you wish to manifest and transform them through the lens of service. For example, if seeking financial abundance, reframe this as creating a prosperity system that enriches your entire community. If pursuing health and vitality, envision how your well-being enables you to serve others more effectively. If manifesting a new home, see it as a sanctuary where wisdom and healing can be shared. Spend time daily holding these expanded visions, feeling how personal fulfillment intertwines naturally with collective evolution. Record how this shift in perspective begins attracting synchronicities and opportunities that serve both individual and community growth. Chapter 29, The Eternal Now. In the heart of a timeless garden, Theodore crafted sundials of exceptional beauty and precision, yet beyond their practical function of marking hours, these instruments held a deeper secret. As he worked, Theodore noticed something extraordinary. When his attention fully merged with the act of creation, time itself seemed to bend. The shadows cast by his sundials would move with impossible swiftness, while he remained suspended in an eternal moment of pure presence. You now enter the gateway of a profound truth. The present moment holds infinite creative power. When consciousness fully inhabits the now, the illusion of linear time dissolves, revealing manifestation as an instantaneous phenomenon rather than a gradual process. Your desires already exist in the quantum field of possibility, waiting only for your complete presence to pull them into physical reality. The veil between thought and manifestation grows thinnest when you release all mental projections into the past and future, like a master archer who hits the target by becoming one with the moment of release. Your manifestation power reaches its peak when you fully inhabit the eternal now. This sacred presence creates a bridge between the seen and unseen realms, allowing desires to materialize with miraculous speed. In a sunlit studio across the city, Evelyn discovered this same truth through her portraits. For years she had struggled to capture her subject's essence until she learned to paint purely what appeared before her eyes. In each moment, when she abandoned memories of how they had looked before or imaginings of how they might appear in the future, something magical occurred. Her brush strokes flowed with supernatural precision, creating works of such vivid life that viewers gasped in recognition. These parallel stories reveal the profound relationship between presence and manifestation, just as Theodore's sundials marked the collapse of linear time and Evelyn's portraits captured eternal moments. Your manifestation power exists most purely in the now. When consciousness fully inhabits the present moment, the distance between desire and manifestation vanishes. Sacred practice. Set aside 1 hour each day for complete immersion in the present moment. Begin by sitting quietly and bringing full attention to your immediate sensory experience. Notice the texture of the air on your skin, the subtle sounds around you, the rhythm of your breath. When thoughts of the past or future arise, gently release them and return to pure presence. Allow this practice to dissolve the illusion of time, opening the gateway through which manifestations naturally flow. Chapter 30, The Universal Keys. In a quiet workshop filled with gleaming tools, Walter arranged his collection of keys with methodical precision. Each morning he would test new combinations, seeking to understand the mysterious patterns that seemed to govern which keys opened which locks. One dawn, while working with an ancient brass key, he experienced something extraordinary. As he turned it in a single lock, he heard countless clicks echoing across space and time, as if that one key had simultaneously opened infinite doors. Through your journey of manifestation mastery, you now approach an essential truth. Certain universal principles act as master keys, unlocking multiple dimensions of reality at once. These cosmic keys reveal themselves to those who understand that the highest form of manifestation transcends individual creation, opening doorways to collective consciousness where awakened souls unite in grand cosmic projects, just as Walter's discovery transformed his understanding of reality. You too are ready to access these universal keys that bridge individual and collective creation. When you align with these principles, your manifestations naturally expand beyond personal desires into realms of collective evolution. In the mountains, above an ancient observatory, Ruth spent countless nights mapping the dance of stars. Through years of observation, she noticed something remarkable. Certain stellar alignments would only reveal themselves when multiple observers maintained perfect harmony in their viewing. The constellations seemed to respond to collective consciousness, forming patterns of unprecedented beauty when witnesses united their awareness. These celestial revelations mirror the truth that master manifestors eventually discover. The grandest creations emerge through unified consciousness. When awakened souls combine their creative power, they access reality-shaping abilities far beyond individual capacity, like Ruth's harmonious stargazers calling forth new constellations. Collective manifestation opens doorways to universe-spanning possibilities. Sacred practice. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and begin deep, rhythmic breathing. Visualize yourself surrounded by countless points of light, each representing an awakened soul across time and space. Feel your consciousness expanding to merge with this collective field of awareness. Now hold in your heart a vision of something beautiful you wish to co-create for humanity's evolution. Allow this vision to resonate with the unified field, inviting other souls to join in its manifestation. Maintain this connection for at least 15 minutes, knowing that your individual light adds to the collective power of conscious creation. Conclusion. As you close this sacred codex, feel the weight of ancient wisdom settling into your being. These manifestation codes have awakened something timeless within you, a remembrance rather than a discovery. Like a seed that has waited patiently in fertile soil, this knowledge was never truly lost, but simply dormant, anticipating the precise moment of your readiness. You now carry a profound responsibility. These teachings are not meant to remain as mere words on chapters, but to flourish through your lived experience. Each manifestation you create serves as testament to these eternal principles, demonstrating to others what becomes possible when human consciousness remembers its divine heritage. The universe has orchestrated countless synchronicities to ensure these teachings reached you at this exact moment. Your readiness to receive them signals a deeper awakening occurring not just within you, but across the collective consciousness of humanity. Every thought you think, every intention you hold, every reality you manifest now ripples through the quantum field. Contributing to this great remembering, you stand as a living bridge between worlds, between the mystical and mundane, between ancient wisdom and modern understanding, between individual potential and collective evolution. Your manifestations will serve as beacons of possibility, showing others what can be achieved when one aligns with universal intelligence. This knowledge now rests in your care, not as mere information to be studied, but as living truth to be demonstrated. As you step into your identity as a master manifestor, know that your creations extend far beyond personal benefit. Each reality you manifest contributes to humanity's evolution toward greater consciousness and abundance. The universe observes your awakening not with judgment, but with infinite love and support, knowing that as you demonstrate these principles, you inspire others to remember their own manifestation power. Through you, this sacred Knowledge flows forward, ensuring these eternal truths continue illuminating paths for generations to come. Your journey doesn't end here. Click on this next audiobook that I promise will completely transform your perspective. She noticed that dreams caught in her nets shifted and transformed based on the intentions she held while weaving. When she wove with thoughts of abundance, the captured dreams revealed prosperous futures. When she wove with thoughts of healing, the dreams showed paths to wellness. Through her craft, she learned that reality itself possessed this same malleable quality. These tales reveal the quantum nature of manifestation. Like Thomas's telegraph and Millicent's dream catchers, your consciousness acts as a tuning mechanism, selecting which version of reality becomes your dominant experience. Every desire you hold already exists in some parallel dimension. Your task is simply to align your frequency with that reality until it becomes your primary experience. Sacred practice. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed, a sacred sanctuary where the veils between realities grow thin. Close your eyes and allow your awareness to expand beyond the confines of this single timeline, reaching into the infinite web of possibility that surrounds you. For 5 minutes, fully immerse yourself in the feeling, sensations, and knowing of existing in the reality where your desire has already manifested. Feel it in every cell of your being, the textures, the emotions, the certainty that comes with inhabiting that chosen reality. Let your consciousness collapse the quantum waves of probability into your chosen experience, drawing that timeline ever closer until it merges with your present moment. This is not mere imagination. It is quantum navigation between parallel dimensions that already exist, a profound act of aligning yourself with the version of reality that calls to your highest self. Through this practice, you become both the observer and the creator, selecting which thread of existence becomes your dominant experience. Chapter 24, The Identity Shift. In a grand cathedral whose spires pierced the morning mist, Leopold moved silently between towering organ pipes that stretched toward heaven like ancient silver trees. For 40 years, he had tuned these magnificent instruments to perfection. Yet something peculiar caught his attention. When the cathedral's regular organist played, the notes rang clear, but contained little magic. However, when visiting masters took their turn, the same perfectly tuned pipes produced sounds that seemed to emerge from another realm. Entirely, through patient observation, Leopold discovered a profound truth. The difference lay not in technique or skill, but in how each musician viewed themselves. Those who played as mere performers created pleasant music, while those who embodied the identity of divine vessels channeled transcendent harmonies that transformed all who listened. You must understand that manifestation flows not from what you do, but from who you are. Every desire you seek exists already as a particular frequency of being. The outer world rearranges itself automatically to match your inner identity, making transformation of self the only real work of manifestation. When you attempt to attract desires while maintaining your current identity, you create resistance. Like trying to play a symphony while believing yourself an amateur, the notes fall flat. But when you dare to embody the identity of one who already possesses what you seek, reality naturally conforms to this new frequency of being. In a sunlit workshop across town, Rose crafted exquisite gowns for the city's most distinguished ladies. One day she made an unexpected discovery. When she simply sewed the dresses, they turned out beautifully, but somehow incomplete. However, when she took time to wear each creation herself, embodying the elegance and grace they represented, the designs evolved to new levels of perfection. Through this practice, Rose learned that becoming must precede receiving. by modeling her own creations. She transformed herself into the very essence of what each dress represented. This internal shift automatically elevated her work, proving that outer manifestation flows naturally from inner embodiment. These tales illuminate the supreme law of manifestation. You must be it to see it. Your current reality perfectly matches your current identity. To transform your outer world, you must first transform your inner self-concept. Sacred practice. Choose one desired manifestation and spend an entire day living as though you already embody this reality. Make every choice, speak every word, and hold every thought from this elevated identity. Let your posture, your tone of voice, your gestures, and even your breathing reflect this higher version of yourself. When you encounter others, interact with them from this enlightened state of being. As you move through your daily activities, maintain unwavering awareness of your chosen manifestation, allowing it to infuse every moment with divine purpose. Notice how reality begins shifting to match your new frequency of being as the universe rearranges itself to harmonize with your elevated consciousness. This is not pretense or acting, it is conscious alignment with a self that already exists in the quantum field, waiting to be activated through your deliberate recognition and embodiment. Chapter 25. The Cosmic Dance. In a windswept valley where ancient stone towers pierce the clouds, Edgar tended to his windmills with unwavering dedication. Each morning he would climb the weathered steps to adjust the mighty wooden blades, following what he believed was the optimal position. Yet, despite his careful calculations, the mills often struggled against the wind rather than harnessing its power. Through years of observation, Edgar noticed something remarkable. When he aligned the blades to work in harmony with the natural wind patterns while maintaining their intended direction, the mills generated far more energy than when he forced them to face precisely where he thought they should. This delicate balance between respecting nature's flow and holding true to purpose revealed the sacred dance of manifestation itself. You must understand that the universe operates through perfect orchestration of all forces. Your role in manifestation is not to force reality into submission, but to align your will with cosmic currents while maintaining clear intention. Like Edgar's windmills, you achieve optimal results when you learn to dance with universal forces rather than fight against them. In a distant coastal village, Clara spent her days tending to the creatures in her tidal pools. Initially, she tried to maintain constant conditions, fighting against the natural ebb and flow of the tides, but her efforts left marine life struggling to thrive. Only when she learned to coordinate her care with nature's rhythms, feeding during incoming tides, cleaning during low tides, did her beloved creatures flourish beyond imagination. These tales speak to the fundamental truth of manifestation. Power comes not from exerting control, but from finding harmony between personal will and universal flow. Just as Edgar's windmills generated maximum energy through aligned cooperation with the wind, and Clara's creatures thrived when she worked with tidal patterns, your manifestations accelerate when you honor both individual intention and cosmic timing. Sacred practice. Choose one manifestation you deeply desire, something that stirs your soul and ignites your spirit with possibility. Find a quiet space and spend time in deep meditation, breathing slowly as you attune yourself to the natural rhythm of universal energy moving through your life. Like waves upon the shore, feel how this divine current already flows within and around you. Notice where you might be forcing outcomes or resisting natural flow, where your actions feel strained rather than graceful. Then, while maintaining clear and unwavering focus on your heart's intention, consciously align your actions with. These cosmic currents release rigid expectations about how and when your desire should materialize, understanding that the universe's timing is perfect in ways your mortal mind cannot fully grasp. Hold steady to the essence of what you seek, like a sailor keeping sight of the North Star while allowing the winds and tides to guide the journey. Practice this sacred dance between will and surrender daily, neither grasping too tightly nor drifting aimlessly, but allowing the universe to guide your steps while keeping your destination in sight. In this balance between intention and acceptance lies the key to manifesting with grace. Chapter 26. The Sacred Trust. In the mist-shrouded waters of a remote coastal inlet, Harold maintained his lighthouse with steadfast dedication. Each evening, as darkness descended upon the churning seas, he would climb the spiral staircase to light the mighty beacon that guided ships through treacherous waters. For years he attempted to direct maritime traffic through complex patterns of light signals, believing his human wisdom could best orchestrate the flow of vessels. Yet one stormy night, when thick fog rendered his carefully planned signals useless, Harold surrendered to a deeper knowing. He simply allowed his beacon to shine at its natural range and intensity. To his amazement, ships began arriving in perfect sequence, exactly the vessels needed by the harbor at precisely the right moments. His trust in the beacon's inherent power had activated an intelligence far beyond his own limited perspective. You must understand that universal intelligence operates through infinite channels, orchestrating circumstances with a precision that human planning could never achieve. When you release the need to control every detail of manifestation, you activate forces capable of arranging outcomes far more magnificent than your mind could conceive. In a sun-dappled valley, Beatrice sold seeds to local farmers, each packet containing potential for abundant harvest. Initially, she instructed customers to check their plantings daily, believing constant vigilance ensured success, but she noticed something remarkable. The most bountiful crops came from farmers who simply planted with faith, trusting in nature's wisdom to guide the growing process. These ancient teachings reveal that trust serves as the fertile soil in which manifestations take root and flourish, just as Harold's lighthouse guided ships more effectively when he released control, and Beatrix seeds sprouted more vigorously when given space to grow. Your desires manifest most powerfully when you trust in universal intelligence to orchestrate their unfolding. Sacred practice. Sit in silence each morning for 11 minutes, allowing yourself to settle into a space of sacred stillness. Bring to mind your deepest fears about manifestation, the doubts that whisper of unworthiness or impossibility, the questioning thoughts that cloud your connection to divine wisdom. One by one, offer these fears to universal intelligence, saying, I release this fear to infinite wisdom, choosing trust instead. As you speak these words, envision each doubt dissolving like morning mist in the warmth of sunrise. Feel the shift as doubt transforms into deep trust, as resistance melts into acceptance, knowing the universe holds the perfect plan for your manifestations. Let this practice become your daily reminder that when you surrender control, you open yourself to the limitless possibilities that divine intelligence has prepared for you. In this sacred space of trust, your desires are already taking form in ways more magnificent than you could imagine. Chapter 27. The Eternal Imprint. In the shadow of ancient mountains, Cornelius worked tirelessly at his stone carvings, his weathered hands shaping raw rock into forms of transcendent beauty. With each strike of his chisel, he noticed something extraordinary. The vibrations of his work seemed to ripple outward, affecting the very landscape around him. Years later, travelers would speak of inexplicable peace when passing his sculptures, though none knew the artist's name. You must understand that every thought, intention, and creation you manifest carries an energetic signature that reverberates through the fabric of time itself. Your manifestations are not merely personal achievements, but cosmic seeds planted in the eternal garden of existence. Through the wisdom of ages, it becomes clear that the power of manifestation extends far beyond the immediate gratification of desires. Each manifestation you bring forth creates ripples in the universal consciousness, touching lives across generations in ways you may never witness directly. In a secluded valley, Martha designed gardens with an intuitive understanding of nature's rhythms. She discovered that the patterns she created, the careful placement of trees, the flow of pathways, the arrangement of flowering plants, continued evolving. Long after she completed her work, decades later, visitors would find themselves inexplicably inspired by these gardens, their souls awakening to new possibilities through the living legacy of her designs. These parallel stories illuminate a profound truth. Your manifestations carry forward through time, creating patterns of energy that influence countless souls on their own journeys of awakening, just as Cornelius's sculptures and Martha's gardens continue to transform lives long after their creation. Your conscious manifestations become timeless gifts to the collective consciousness. Sacred practice. Choose one significant manifestation you wish to bring forth, something meaningful that burns in your heart with divine purpose. Spend 20 minutes in deep meditation, seeing this creation rippling outward through time and space like waves upon an infinite ocean. Visualize future generations being touched by the energy of your manifestation. Perhaps a child yet unborn discovering new possibilities through the path you've carved, or a seeker finding inspiration in the energetic imprint you've left behind. Your desires exist already in potential form, waiting not for more effort on your part, but for the dissolution of resistance patterns that hold them at bay. Sacred practice. Find a quiet moment away from the noise and distractions of daily life, and bring to mind one area where manifestation feels blocked or stagnant. Let this challenge rise clearly in your awareness, neither judging nor trying to change it. Take pen to paper and begin a written dialogue with this resistance, as though it were a wise teacher who has appeared to guide you toward greater understanding. Ask, what message do you carry for me? What do you need to release your grip? Record both your questions and the answers that arise from deep within your consciousness, trusting that ancient wisdom speaks through your inner voice. Continue this conversation until you sense a shift in the energy, a loosening of the blockage that has held your manifestation in check. As you write, remain open to unexpected insights and gentle revelations that may surface. Remember, just as the river flows naturally when obstacles are removed, and just as a garden flourishes when weeds are cleared, your desires manifest effortlessly when resistance dissolves. This sacred dialogue opens the channel through which your manifestations can finally flow freely. Chapter 22. The Sacred Surrender. Along the misty shores of an ancient port, there lived a sea captain named Nathaniel, whose wisdom came not from maps and charts, but from learning to dance with the ocean itself. Each morning, as dawn painted the horizon, he would stand at his vessel's helm, feeling the whispers of wind and wave. Through countless voyages, he discovered an extraordinary truth. His ships reached their destinations with remarkable speed and safety when he surrendered to the prevailing winds rather than forcing his own chosen course. You too stand at the helm of your own manifestation journey. Like Nathaniel, you may have noticed that your greatest achievements often arise not through rigid control, but through divine partnership with universal forces. When you release your grip on specific outcomes, cosmic intelligence reveals pathways far superior to those your limited perspective could envision. The universe holds infinite wisdom, orchestrating countless variables beyond human comprehension. Your role is not to direct every detail, but to set clear intention and then allow higher intelligence to coordinate the perfect unfolding, just as the sea captain learned to trust the wind's guidance. You are invited to trust the divine currents carrying your desires to fruition. In a sunlit garden filled with fluttering wings, a butterfly keeper named Evelyn discovered this same principle through her winged teachers. She observed that butterflies thrived most abundantly when she created optimal conditions, providing nectar-rich flowers and sheltering plants, then stepped back, allowing their natural intelligence to guide their development. Her attempts to control their movements or protect them too carefully only hindered their natural grace. These timeless tales illuminate the paradox of manifestation, that surrender holds more power than control, just as Nathaniel's ships sailed truest when guided by the wind's wisdom, and Evelyn's butterflies flourished through gentle non-inference. Your desires manifest most powerfully when you release them to universal intelligence. Sacred practice: choose one cherished desire and create a sacred surrender ritual. Find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed, perhaps lighting a candle or creating an altar with meaningful objects that represent your intention. Settle into a peaceful state, breathing deeply and allowing your mind to grow still. Hold your desire gently in your heart. While speaking these words with sincere devotion, I now release this desire to universal intelligence, trusting in divine wisdom to orchestrate the highest outcome. I surrender my need to control the process, knowing the universe sees possibilities I cannot imagine. Thank you for delivering what serves my highest good. Feel the profound relief as you truly let go, allowing divine timing to unfold naturally. Perform this ritual whenever attachment or anxiety arise about this manifestation, remembering that your surrender opens the channel for miracles to flow. Through this practice of deep trust, you align with the infinite intelligence that orchestrates all of creation. Chapter 23: The Quantum Field. In a dimly lit telegraph office perched atop a coastal cliff, Thomas sat surrounded by clicking machines that connected distant corners of the world. One fateful evening, as storm clouds gathered on the horizon, his instruments began behaving in ways that defied explanation. Messages from London, Cairo, and Singapore arrived simultaneously on his receiver, not interfering with each other, but somehow occupying the same space at the same time. You exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously, though your awareness typically focuses on just one version of reality, like Thomas's telegraph machine. Receiving multiple signals at once, your consciousness can tune into parallel versions of your life that already exist in the quantum field. The universe operates as an infinite field of possibility, with every potential version of reality existing simultaneously until collapsed by conscious observation. Your power lies not in creating what you desire, but in selecting which version of reality you choose to experience most fully. Through mastery of your attention and emotional resonance, you can tune your consciousness to the frequency of the reality you wish to inhabit. In a remote mountain village, Millicent wove dream catchers using ancient techniques passed down through generations.